Welcome to 2023, a time in history that's a little bit different than anything we've ever experienced before. We're starting to come out of a pandemic, and also we're starting to experience a difference in society, a shift toward a new normative balance between genders, race, ideals, the idea of even what currency is, and how technology can play a role in that. Everything is rapidly evolving, and it's coming to a point of culmination in 2023. What I've noticed is that in at this time, although pretty much anything convenient may be at your fingertips, a DoorDash, food, an Uber, pickle jar at 3 in the morning, just you could order it. Parking heroes, I don't know. Everything is a gadget or a thing. As available as all these comforts are and conveniences are, it has become impossible to find even an inkling of meaning anymore through the fabric of society. And my thoughts for this is because convenience has a cost. And the cost is the more comfortable and easy things are, the less value and meaning we find in them. And I hold this universally true from food to relationships to work to any meaningful pursuit in life. Things that come easy usually don't feel very rewarding, and they don't really satisfy anything deeper than a very primitive, very fleeting sense of dopamine release, which is located very cleverly in our mesolimbic system, utilizing the nucleus accumbens and the ventral tegmental area. These dopaminergic neurons are very keen to honing in on short-term rewards because, of course, in our days of prior to the agricultural revolution and prior to even, basic agriculture and farming, this probably is taking us back close to, I don't know how many millennia, but it's taking us back quite a few millennia more. I'm not anthropology major here, but what I'm starting to realize is that even, you know, hi, even with all of that, you know, it's just hard to say. It's hard to say. Things have just so rapidly evolved and changed, and everyone just expects things to be so immediate now, from text messages, emails, Snapchats. I hate Snapchat. I can never do it. But some people love it. To Twitters and everything from A to Z, there is a huge leap in society's need to have everything instantly. We've lost our patience. We've lost our ability to weather adversity. We've lost our ability to think things through and to realize that everything in life comes with setbacks. And that's hard for us to acknowledge, and it's hard for us to take into perspective because we live in a microcosm. Well, at least here in the Western Hemisphere, in certain countries, we live in a microcosm where many luxuries are available to us. And because these luxuries are available to us, we forget that in reality, it took humanity tens of thousands of years in culmination from our most recent ancestor who shares our pretty much Homo sapiens sapien. I mean, we've been around for about 100,000 years. I'm not talking about, the missing link or Homo erectus, or I'm not talking about our predecessors or common ancestry. I'm talking about us. We've been around for about 100,000 years. And during that time, every piece of progress had to be recorded and built upon, whether that was communicated orally or visually or through writing or through image capture and video. These things took millennia to develop. And now, with the advent of the personal computer and the internet and the ability to disseminate information so quickly, it's all at our fingertips at any time we want, and it's spoiled us. It's made us rotten. And it's made us forget what life truly is and what makes life meaningful to live. And I really think that if we could take a step back and just, I don't think we could ever disconnect. We can't get rid of these things. We can't move backwards. We can't eliminate technology. These things are important. But what we can do is perhaps create some healthy boundaries with technology, with food, with all these conveniences. I think there's a lot of videos about dopamine detoxes, but to me, this is much more philosophical than a dopamine detox. And to be fair, you cannot overcome your VTA. Those dopaminergic neurons are too strong. You just won't win that way. It's better to have a paradigmatic shift. In other words, to think through things differently, to have a shift in perspective and be accepting of those urges and trying to steward them well. What I mean to say is that I have and see a lot of hope for humanity. I see a lot of good things in the world, even among the chaos, even among the destruction, even among the rubble. I still see many good things. And I believe that humanity, like the phoenix and the Persians, who have risen and fallen more times than I can count, I know Persian history very well. Humanity is like the phoenix. And if we fall, we get up, but we get up better than we were before. And that's why we've gotten to where we are. But we have to remember the very things that have made our lives more convenient, increased our longevity, created abundance for us are also the things that very well be our downfall. And in order to curtail these things, we mustn't try to shut them out and simply, because that doesn't work. You can't live in a vacuum. We need Twitter. We need Facebook. We need email and text messaging and WhatsApp. And these things are nowadays almost necessities. They're not things you can get away without. But what we can do, like I had pointed out earlier, is learn to live more harmoniously with these technological advances. In other words, we learn how to control the machine and we learn how to control the beast, which is our very rapidly advancing world. Octavius was a Roman emperor, and I think he knew. He knew, and he spoke of this in his words. Often he would say that with humanity, people, we often just want to be given comfort. But in reality, these comforts can harm us if they are overly done. This is the message I ask to heed. This is the message I bring to you today, and I hope that will take off on this YouTube media. Do you know that YouTube was discovered in 2007? I was a teenager. Back then, there was no advertising. It was a very different platform. The first video was of the creator guy. He seems really cool. But you see how rapidly things change? How fast YouTube has taken off? Now apply that to everything in society. We're moving too quickly. And what happens when you're moving too fast and you can't put on the brakes? You collide. You have an accident. Bad things can happen. You have to have the ability to slow down, to focus, to concentrate, to have a new approach, to take a turn. So my thoughts are as follows. Perhaps this year in 2023, our resolution as a species, as an entire species of animal, as human, as Homo sapiens sapien, we, as one, learn to perhaps create some healthy boundaries with the rapidly evolving world. And I think that if we could do that in a meaningful way, it will create not only a better world and societies, individual societies and communities within that world that are more interconnected, but it will bring much harmony into your life and much more peace and happiness, which I think is what most people are out for anyways. So as I upload this video and as it is created on December 31st, 2022 at 6:23 a.m., I remind us, all of humanity, because I truly believe we are one, that it is time to perhaps put the gadgets aside for a while, okay? Use them, but don't abuse them, right? Use them, but don't abuse them, and don't abuse yourself. And have a wonderful new year. Farewell for now. I may be uploading more videos in the future. I may not. I have a pretty busy life. But either way, I hope these words stick with you. As Cyrus once uttered, I think it was Cyrus II or the Great, he said, I may be wrong, this may be something, this may be Sanskrit or the Vedic culture, I don't know. I'm not that great of a historian, but I believe as Cyrus said, or Kurosh in Persian, he said, think good thoughts, uh, do good actions, achieve good deeds. And I think if we are able to instill this ability, we will be able to usher in a new era. Because Lord knows, the world knows, society or the universe, whatever entity, the collective consciousness or whatever knows, okay, that we need some sort of balance to carry us forward. And I say that with the utmost sternness and the ability to be steadfast and successful in 2023. Think good thoughts, perform good actions, and accomplish good deeds. Farewell for now.